Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me in today's session in designing engaging medical science courses using JoVE videos. I will just wait for a couple more minutes, maybe a minute, for all of us to join.
Can you enable sharing the screen, please? No, not the screen, the video, sorry.
I think I am sharing the
Okay,
screen.
the video, yeah.
All right, then I think we can go ahead and begin the session. Hello, everyone. I'm Mayuri. I'm a curriculum specialist at JoVE. A little bit more about my role and what I do here, I will discuss in the coming slides. I have accompanied today by my colleague, Stephen John. He's a subject matter expert, and he will also be sharing a little bit about his role at JoVE in the further slides. Thank you for joining us in this webinar session, Designing Engaging Medical Science Courses Using Videos. I will just quickly move over to the overview of this session, the agenda. Today, we would be going over the JoVE medical science resources. I will also be discussing syllabus mapping for your modules, which are ready-to-use playlists. I will also walk you through embedding JoVE videos into Moodle and MyClass platforms. And of course, all of this will come to an end with a short Q&A session. Of course, we have a reserved section at the very end of the session for question and answers, but should you feel any questions coming up, just feel free to drop them in the chat box below, and my colleague will take them during my presentation. Yeah. And I can, of course, look at your questions at the end of the session as well. All right, so I will start from the word itself, JoVE, which is an acronym for Journal of Visualized Experiments, a journal focused on visualizing experiments through videos. This goes beyond traditional scientific protocol by providing videos that allow viewers to watch and replicate experiments. Now, over time, JoVE has become a leading scientific video creator, offering a wide range of content for teaching, learning, as well as practicing science. The idea behind JoVE is simple. Visualizing concepts through videos enhances understanding compared to reading alone. Now, scientific studies have shown that watching videos helps incorporate the message more effectively. Now, while the text article is also essential, a video is necessary for replicating the protocol. Now, when I look at this slide, I may have looked at it a million times, but my eye always gets caught with the video on the right. The protocol is super important to have for the level of detail that we want to achieve. But then if we want to replicate what's in there, we do need a video to explain to us how to take the next step. And this concept is similar to following the recipe where you have to follow the written ingredients. But yeah, watching a video really does help put the recipe, allows you to see the technique behind the cooking. Okay, so I will walk you through all of the education contents that we have on our platform relevant to medical sciences. And to walk you through these contents, this is basically a screenshot of the JoVE homepage. And to access our JoVE core collections, you would have to click on the drop-down, the education drop-down on the top, and go down to the JoVE core collection that has been highlighted in yellow here. Under JoVE core, we have two collections which are essential for, which are very essential medical science resources. That's JoVE core nursing and JoVE core anatomy and physiology. Now, JoVE core contents are basically the most fundamental resource that we have on JoVE. I have pointed out by using red arrows on the screen, the two resources that I'm talking about. Let's move on directly to the JoVE core nursing collection. Now, this collection is basically, you will find that all core collections are fundamental resources. And by that, I mean they're laid out in the format of a chapter where you have chapter-wise topics. Each chapter includes 15 sub-chapters under it, and they cover the key terms and concepts as well as the real-time application. Videos under this particular collection, that's the JoVE Core collection, are high-impact animations, short snippets of information, just to explain the fundamental concept in detail. The content found under these collections are more suitable for undergraduate classes, undergraduate first-year classes, maybe even refresher of some key techniques for the postgraduate classes. Coming to the second collection under JoVE Core, that's the Anatomy and Physiology collection. This collection has about 21 chapters with over 15 sub-chapters under each. And similar to the previous collection, this would be comprised of high-impact animation explaining concepts and more suitable to undergraduate teaching or even postgraduate classes that need a little bit of a refresher. Coming to the second collection, that's this JoVE Science Education collection, under which we have the clinical skills module. Now, this is the one that's most relevant for medical science. So going directly to the clinical skills module, this contains resources on physical examinations, emergency medicine, and critical care, etc. All of the videos included here are around 10 minutes long, covering the overview, key technique, as well as application. And these videos are more suitable for undergraduate, second and third year teaching, or maybe even postgraduate teaching. I have just given you an overview of the collections that we have, which are relevant for medical science. What I'm going to do is now I'm going to hand this over to Stephen, who is our subject matter expert, and he will be giving you a full in-depth overview of the resources that I just walked you through. This is what he does, and he does it best. So I will just hand it over to Stephen. Feel free to unmute yourself, Stephen, and move on ahead. I'll just handle the slides for you.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Hope everyone's having an amazing day. So I'm Dr. Stephen John, a subject matter expert, and I'm thrilled to be your guide as we explore the fascinating world of our comprehensive medical science collections. Next, please. So as we go to the JoVE website, we have two main collections. So first is our JoVE platform has education collection, and then we have research collections. So education collection is primarily a teaching and training tool under which we have core and science education. So as Mayuri mentioned, the core collection has animated videos on fundamental concepts, and they are shorter in duration. Whereas the science education videos are a blend of theory of the concept as an animation and practical application in the research setup. Under research, we have peer-reviewed video journals of various subjects. Next. Okay, so here, if you look at the medical science, the pedagogy of medical science is multifaceted, incorporating traditional classroom methods alongside specialized bedside instruction. So while classroom teaching, practicals, textbook references provide foundational knowledge, bedside teaching offers a unique opportunity for small group interactions in the presence of patients. Despite these benefits, students still they encounter difficulties in translating theoretical concepts into practical applications slowly through reading. So that's where JoVE comes in. So our JoVE medical science resources for teaching act as a bridge between the traditional and bedside teaching. So our videos we have core anatomy, physiology, core nursing, and we also have demonstration videos of various clinical skills. So combining the conceptual videos and demonstration videos enhances students' comprehension, retention, and application of knowledge. Next, please. So let me walk you through our core nursing collection. So as Mayuri mentioned earlier, we have 8 chapters with 100 video lessons. So each covering one concept per video. And we also have subtitles and voiceovers in 12 different languages. So here, all these videos are shorter in duration, around 85 seconds. And we have conceptual animation, and these content is engaging, aligning with educational standards. So our core nursing is focused more towards aspiring and current nurses, undergraduate students, and graduate level learners. So all of these lessons are curated, referring to widely used textbook. I can click the next one. So you can see some books mentioned there. Right. So let me walk you through the content overview. So the core nursing offers concise animated lessons on nursing practices. So we follow the ADPIE format. So that is assessment, diagnosis, planning, implementation, and evaluation. So the first section of nursing introduces to nursing. So we have 10 video lessons discussing essential nursing practice, concepts, trends, including organizational structures and ethical consideration. The second section on healthcare system has 8 video lessons, first discussing the foundational principles on health and illness and the models of promotion, Maslow's theory, etc. And then we have 19 video lessons discussing the overview of healthcare delivery systems. So that includes the traditional to integrated models, including primary, secondary, and tertiary care. The next section we have is infection management, where we have 22 video lessons. Here we focus on the infection prevention and control, such as hand hygiene, personal protective equipment, and how the transmission-based precaution have to be taken. And the next section we have is communication section, where we have 17 video lessons. Here it discusses on the effective communication strategies within the healthcare settings. This includes therapeutic techniques and patient education. The last section we have in our core nursing collection is the nursing process, where we have 24 video lessons. It discusses the steps and methods in the nursing process, say from the assessment point of view to all the way to emphasizing critical thinking and evidence-based practice. So that's what we have in our core nursing. So let's move on to our anatomy and physiology. As we all know, anatomy and physiology are foundational sciences in the field of medicine. Understanding anatomy and physiology is very crucial. So for healthcare professionals, because it deals with all the complex systems. So here we have an invaluable resource, which makes it for the students easy for them to understand the concepts in the with clear animations and also crisp explanation. So here we have 21 chapters, 362 short lessons. So again, dealing one concept, one video idea. And we also take all these content and curate from globally recognized textbook, just to ensure that the scientific accuracy is maintained. And we also have real-time applications of core concepts in our 63 scientists in action videos. So this anatomy and physiology collection focuses on the pre-med and also medical students. Okay, so now let me take you through the specifics of this collection. So the first chapter we have here is Introduction to Anatomy and Physiology, and also the cellular biochemistry and the process of tissue. So here we have 141 video lessons. So this focuses on the introduction to the human body, the diagnostic techniques, and also focuses on all the different cellular processes and also the different types of tissues in our body. So that's all dealt in the first chapter. The second section deals with all the skeletal system and integumentary system. So in skeletal system, we have 46 videos covering structure, anatomy, and functions of the skeletal system. Here it includes the axial skeleton, appendicular skeleton, and the joints. And we also have 18 dedicated videos covering the integumentary system, that is skin and other tissues, bone tissue, axial and appendicular, and joints. So we also have the collection of videos on muscular system, where we have 42 lessons focusing on muscle tissue and the organization and function of muscular system. The next section we have is nervous system. We have 86 videos focusing on the anatomy and functions of the central nervous system, organs like brain, spinal cord, autonomic nervous system, and special senses. And the last section we have in our core anatomy and physiology is the endocrine system. So here we have 23 video lessons, which focuses on the anatomy and functions of the endocrine system. So it deals with all the different hormones and how they are regulated, the regulation of all these hormones. So next, I'll quickly share an example of how JoVE is making the difference in the students' learning process. So as you can see here, there's an example of muscles of the facial expression as in static image and as an animation. So the visual representation helps students grasp abstract ideas, enhances their understanding of anatomical structures and physiological processes, and also improves their ability to apply this knowledge in clinical setting. So if you can play that video, yeah, thank you. So that's the difference. So it helps us to understand the concepts in a easier way, and it's also improves the ability to apply this knowledge in clinical settings. All right. Now let me focus on our upcoming releases on the core nursing as well as the anatomy and physiology. So we are expanding our nursing for anatomy and physiology. So we have two collections in pipeline for nursing, which is the core nursing 2 and core medical surgical nursing. So under nursing 2, we have 119 video lessons. It will cover major topics like documentation and reporting, ethical and legal consideration in nursing, recording and understanding vital signs. In the medical surgical nursing collection, we will be having introduction to the respiratory system, respiratory disorders, respiratory care, and it also introduces to the gastrointestinal system, the gastrointestinal disorders, diagnostic and radiological investigations will all be included in this section. So it will be an expansion of the nursing collection focused on different systems and the disorders and diagnostic procedures. And our core anatomy and physiology collection will be featuring cardiovascular system, lymphatic system, immune system, urinary system, respiratory, digestive, and also focuses on the metabolism, nutrition, and also the development and inheritance. So all this will be a complete package. So whatever systems which are missed in our current collection will all be addressed in this one. So it will be a complete package of anatomy and physiology. Now let me move to the next section, which is our science education collection. As I mentioned earlier, it's an extensive compilation. So it includes 4 main sections here. So this collection has physical examination 1, emergency medicine and critical care, nursing skills, and COVID-19 procedures. So let's now explore some of the key features here. So in this collection, the first section focuses on, I think the next, yeah. So in this, the first section focuses on the physical examination, so 1 to 4. So here we have 55 comprehensive video lessons. So this focuses on the physical examinations of major bodily systems. So it includes cardiac exams, thyroid exams, abdominal exams, pelvic exams, and shoulder exams. The second section focuses on the emergency medicine and critical care. So here we have 5 video lessons covering procedures commonly employed in emergency and intensive care settings. And the third section we have is our nursing skill section, which we have, which offers 15 video lessons demonstrating medication preparation, administration, focusing on safety checks, considerations for dosage calculations, and what are the common errors that the nurses encounter. And the last section is the COVID-19 procedures. So here there are 12 videos which showcases illustrating the procedures for healthcare workers involved in screening and treating COVID-19 patients. So this was released freely during the pandemic, and still it is offered for free. So you can have a look at our collections. So I think we are pretty much to the end of all the collections. So I'll now give the session to Mayuri. So she'll be taking you through some of the key videos, what we have on the FRC page, where we have ready-made playlists and also books which are already mapped. And also she'll be taking you through how to do the integration process for all the LMS platforms. Yeah, over to Mayuri. Thanks everyone for your time and attention.
Thank you, Stephen, for that in-depth overview. And yes, like he mentioned, I would actually now be honored to take you over to the website directly, just so we can see all of the resources that we just discussed directly on the JoVE homepage. Here you go. So if you would like to follow the steps along with me, feel free to open the JoVE homepage in your respective browsers as well. This is how our homepage looks like. Here is the education drop-down menu, where we navigated to the JoVE Core and the JoVE Science Education collections. I will again walk you through JoVE Core, under which we have multiple collections, but the ones we're interested in is nursing and anatomy and physiology. I will just go enter anatomy and physiology. And yeah, like I mentioned before, they're all arranged in the format of chapter. And if I just randomly go to chapter 14, for example, it will have sub-chapters which will deal with the key concepts under the topic, like so. So here you have the key terms and concepts section, and here is the scientist in action section. When you toggle to the scientist in action section, you will actually see the real-time application of the key terms and concepts. Again, scientist in action section videos will be shot in an actual lab setting to see, again, real-time applications. All of these videos will have multiple translations available. And let me just enter a video, for example. So you see the multiple translations available right here. They will also be accompanied by a transcript. You will have the option to add close, I'm sorry, let me just, yes, control the speed of the video as well as add closed captions. Okay. So I will go to the second collection under science education, which was clinical skills. Again, we have multiple collections, but the ones that we're going to be discussing today would be relevant to medical sciences. That's clinical skills. Well, if I enter clinical skills, like I mentioned before, these are all the different collections that we have. For example, let us go to emergency medicine and critical care. Here you go. These are all the videos under it. And just like all of the videos in JoVE Core, even these will have translations in many languages, over 12 different languages. The option to control the speed of the video, as well as you have the option to toggle between different chapters, because like I mentioned, these videos under science education collection would be comparatively longer than the JoVE Core collection. Therefore, you have the option to toggle between the different sections in the chapters right here. Okay, I also want to discuss with you the Faculty Resource Center. So on our JoVE homepage, you have the Faculty Resource Center right here on the top left corner. Once you enter this section, it's basically a resource. It's basically the center for all resources relevant to faculty members. So you have videos mapped to your courses and teaching labs. Let's just enter a relevant collection, that's clinical medicine. Once you click on that, you will see that all of the relevant topics have already been mapped and ready to use directly, ready to go on the JoVE website. For example, if you're interested in gastroenterology, here you go, you just click on the playlist and a list of all relevant content under the topic will appear right here. I will just open another list in nephrology, for example, and here you go. All of the content that we have available is relevant to the topic is right here. Similarly, we also have some pre-mapped textbooks ready to go, ready to use right there on the JoVE website. So I'll just enter a relevant collection under clinical. And these 3 textbooks are already mapped with all relevant JoVE content. So what I mean by that is let's just enter a textbook of medical physiology, for example, and each unit has been mapped with JoVE videos. So there's a JoVE video assigned to each chapter under each unit. So this is how a pre-mapped JoVE textbook would look like. I'd also like to mention that should you not find anything of interest in the Faculty Resource Center, maybe there's a textbook that you use which isn't present here currently, feel free to drop me an email and just with the name of your textbook. And I can always send that into mapping and then we'll have a 4th textbook here. So don't worry about that. We always take in requests like that. And if you don't find anything of interest in this section under clinical medicine, or you need something very specific to your syllabus, feel free to send your syllabus along over email, and I will map your course outline with all of the JoVE contents on the JoVE website. So earlier I mentioned a little bit about my role. This is what I do here at JoVE. I'm a curriculum specialist. I help faculty members by taking a look at their course outlines and providing them exactly tailored content which they can directly use in their teaching. All right, so now that we've gone through where the resources lie on the JoVE website and where the Faculty Resource Center lies on the JoVE website, there's something else I want to walk you through, and that's creating and sharing JoVE playlists. Creating JoVE playlists is very easy, and sharing JoVE playlists is also very easy. You can just go to the job. So once you log into JoVE, you will see your name appear on the top right corner. If you just click on the drop down right next to your name and go to My Playlist, this is the section where all of your JoVE playlists will appear. You can just click on Create New Playlist. I will just add a name, Anatomy and Physiology, for example. So I'll just put in Essentials of Anatomy and Physiology. Okay, and then I will just simply click on Add Video and add just keywords to help me find certain videos. So for example, spinal cord, I'll just add this particular video right here. All I have to do is just click on, anatomy of the intestines, anatomy of the ear, eyeball. Okay, I think I'm happy with this list so far. So here's the list. I've created my own list of videos that I liked on the JoVE platform. And then I will just save this list. Now, how I can use this list and basically how I can, now that I've created a list of the videos that I like and I want to include in my teaching, the next step is to include this list and share it with your students. Now, you can always share it via the Moodle platform, which I have opened right here. So I've just entered an example, a sample test course to show you how to embed a playlist into Moodle. Once you're happy with the list that you have created, you will click on the Download CC button that appears right here. Please remember that for the button to appear right here, you have to be logged into JoVE with your dedicated JoVE account. If you're not logged in using a JoVE account, basically the Download CC button will not appear. Feel free to use your institutional email IDs to create JoVE accounts. And that will basically recognize the institution's domain and the access to JoVE will be automatically given. So once the Download CC button appears, you will click on the Download CC button, which will download an IMS CC file associated with the playlist. So don't worry about it. Let that sit in your downloads folder. Move on to your Moodle course pages and turn editing on. Of course, you have to turn editing on to make any changes to this particular page. Once you turn editing on, go to the section under which you'd like this content. I'll just go here, click on Add Activity or Resource, and select IMS Content Package. If you have any questions so far, please feel free to drop them in the chat box, and I will take a look at them. So I'll just add a name for the resource, that's Anatomy and Physiology. And under the content section, so simply click on Choose File and upload the file that you just downloaded. So it should be at the top of your downloads folder. All you have to then do is click on Save and Return to Course. I will now turn editing off and take a look at the resource that we just uploaded. So you just simply click on it. And there you go. All the 4 videos that you created, the list that you created on the JoVE website is now inside your Moodle platform. It is that you will find the video followed by the overview, the abstract, the procedure, all of it. And all your students have to do is simply click play at the center of the video and the video will start playing. It will not ask them to log in or it will not take them to a different tab. So they will be right there on Moodle itself. And yeah, you also have the option to toggle between the different video that they'd like to watch. So this happens to be the most liked way of sharing content with students because it takes away the need for them to log in to JoVE at all. Please remember that you have to be, as a faculty, you have to be logged in when you do embed this content. But once it's embedded, neither you nor your students have to log into JoVE to view the content again. There's another very interesting way of sharing content with your students, and that's via a platform that JoVE itself provides, and that's the My Class platform, and it's right here on the JoVE website itself. And I would love to walk you through it. If you don't use Moodle or don't have an established platform for sharing content with students, you can easily do it via a JoVE platform itself. You can just go to the My Class option drop down under next to education and go to My Classes. Again, we entered the My Class platform right here from the education drop down. Just select the last option that says My Classes and you're here. So here's a course that I created already in clinical medicine. Here's a description of the course and some playlists that I've assigned to this course. I've also assigned class instructions to this course. So this is how a My Class course would look like. I can also share it with my students via the shared link right here. Let me show you how to create a class. So if you are on the JoVE website along with me in your respective browsers, feel free to follow the steps along with me. Go to the education dropdown, go to My Classes, and just click on Create New Class. Now, here you will have to enter a class name. So I'll just, again, add Anatomy and Physiology, a few lines about this class. So I will add a description. We will study the anatomy of locomotor system. Perfect. So I'm happy with this description, and I will also enter a guideline. Please, what's this content before Monday's class? All right. Here I can always adjust the access type. If you want, restricted access would be access to only the students from your university to be able to enter this class. And open access would be just anybody without an institutional email ID can also join this class. That's the differentiating factor between open and restrict. I've currently kept it an open access class. I will just click on create. Once I click on create, you will find that the details have all appeared here. And you have this option to add a playlist. Now I will simply click on add playlist and go to the playlist that I just created. That's the Essentials of Anatomy and Physiology. All I have to do is click on the playlist, confirm, and it will appear right here. If I click on the playlist, you will remember this from the one that we just created. This is the one that we just created. And your students will be able to view it right here. Here are the class instructions. And if you have any other documents that you'd like to add, maybe you have a PPT or a PDF that you've already created for this class, you can also add that here. So it's not just restricted to JoVE content, JoVE playlists, or JoVE resources. You can add your personal PowerPoint presentations, your Word documents, your PDF documents as well to this class. Once your class is ready and you're happy with how this class looks like, it's time to share it with your students. So to share it with your students, we provide 3 different options. That's you either share the class code with them. So, you just simply copy the code, maybe share the code over a common Gmail ID for the class, the common email domain for the class. Or you can just simply share the link with the students, and the students can just enter the link and put in their email addresses and, just enter the class. Or you can also invite students individually. So if I want to invite Stephen to this class, I will just add his email ID. That's it. And I will click on share invite. So Stephen will then receive an email from my end to join the class. So if you have multiple students, all you have to do is enter the email ID, comma, another email ID. So that's how you can individually invite students to the class as well. So we offer these 3 methods of inviting students to your class. Again, this invite students option, the last one, the third one, is specifically helpful when the students don't have an institutional email ID. Let's say students have been given Gmail IDs and not an institution domain. So that's where this method of sharing is the most useful. And again, the class code and class link can be shared as well. All right, so once I'm done sharing this, I will just click on done. If I have to add a co-faculty will, of course, have the permissions to make changes to this class. So if you have a course coordinator, you can add your course coordinator here as well. And yeah, so this is the My Class platform. If you don't have a platform to share all of this content with your students, you can use the My Class platform as well. And this was the Moodle platform. So I've covered 2 different platforms on which you could share JoVE resources with your students. I will just go back to my slides. Give me 1 second. I think yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So like I mentioned before, if you don't find something on the Faculty Resource Center that's relevant to your courses, that's no problem at all. Reach out to me, send me your syllabus, send me the topics that you teach, and I will do the work for you. I will create a list, a custom tailored list of all the content that would be relevant for your courses, and send it to you over email. I can also meet with you over a one-on-one short Zoom call and walk you through embedding all of this, maybe into my class, maybe into Moodle. I can also help you embed these videos into MS Teams or any other platform that you are currently using to share content with your students. There's a lot of platforms, and since we're short on time, I chose to just discuss 2 platforms, that's Moodle and my class. But if there's any other platform that you use, feel free to drop me an email and I will walk you through putting JoVE videos on those platforms as well. And once your JoVE videos are embedded on these platforms, remember that students don't have to log in to view the content. It will be freely available for them right there. So that's the benefit of embedding into a platform. That's all from my side. Thank you for listening to me, and I hope you found this session useful. And yeah, that's my email ID on the screen. Feel free to drop me an email if you have any syllabi to share with me, any course outlines to share with me, or even a textbook that you commonly use in your department, but we don't currently have on the JoVE website. I'd be very happy to put in a request to put that on the JoVE website. So feel free to drop me all of those. And I will now stop sharing my screen just to check if there are any questions in the Q&A box. No questions so far. So just feel free to write your doubts in the chat box, or even just feel free to unmute yourselves and ask questions, really. That's also okay. I will just wait a couple minutes more if anybody has any questions, and they're probably, if they're typing in the chat box. Yeah, so I'll just wait a couple minutes and then we can end this session.